Welcome friends to another video, welcome to another list. This time around I'm gonna give you 15 niche fragrances for spring 2021. I've already done a video about 15 designer fragrances for spring, and I promised in that video that I'm gonna make a separate one about niche fragrances. A very quick disclaimer, these are fragrances that I have in my collection, fragrances that I bought, fragrances that I've worn, fragrances that I know, and also fragrances from my favorite niche houses. So your options may differ, your let's say fragrances for spring may differ completely from my choices, but this is my list. Therefore, let's start with the first house, and this has the most entries in this list, is the house of Alexander J. And let's start with the first one, the Majestic Vanilla. A very beautiful combination between cinnamon and vanilla. It's quite unique, very good performing, very good longevity, very good sillage, and also projection. If you love spicy fragrances, then I highly recommend you give this one a try. This is best suited for cooler spring days. Next one up, still from the same house, still from the same collection, the Art Deco collection, but this is best suited for warmer days, the Majestic Vetiver. And this is an amazing and unique combination between cardamom and vetiver. It's so beautiful, it's so refreshing, it's so elegant, and at the same time it smells so great. Again, with very good performance. It's a compliment getter, and this works better in moderate to high temperatures. So very good for spring. Also, the color of the bottle lets you know when it's best suited to be worn. We remain in the same collection and in the same house, but we go for something that's best suited for cooler days this time around. It's a darker fragrance, it's a smoky fragrance, and this is the Majestic Wood. Amazing, beautiful incense note, very smoky, like I don't know, burnt wood if you want. You also have agarwood inside. It smells almost churchy, if I can use this term, but it's simply beautiful. Again, quite a different take on agarwood. So if you love things to be different, not to smell like other people, give the Majestic Wood a chance. You won't regret it. Let's change the collection and we go now to the collector line. And this is a very unique interpretation of fresh notes. This is Mandarin Sultane from the collector lineup from Alexander J. And this is a fresh fragrance with fresh ingredients made for cooler days, for cooler temperatures. It's very interesting, it's very, very nice smelling at the same time. You have that mandarin inside, you also have almond inside, green almond, and it simply works amazing. I really love this scent, I really like to wear it. This is a unisex fragrance, so ladies can wear it also, but because it's a bit darker, it's a fresh fragrance made darker, it leans very well on the masculine side of things. Simply in love with Mandarin Sultane. And the next one is called Argentic, and this is a very interesting aromatic fragrance which smells unique, has some really nice notes inside, green notes, woody notes, also really great performance from Argentic. Therefore, if you love unique fragrances, this one is one of those fragrances. This is also best suited for moderate temperatures, but you can wear it with no difficulties in cooler and even warmer days. Just make sure in warmer days you don't apply too much from the bottle. So these are my first 5 entries from this list. They will come from the house of Alexander J. Now let's move to another house, and this time around let's go to the house of Manchera. And of course, my favorite fragrance from the house could not miss this list. It's, of course, Gold Intensity Oud. Simply amazing interpretation of oud, combined with water notes, combined with citruses. It simply smells great. It's a fresh take on wood, therefore it works absolutely amazing in spring, but also I love to wear this one in winter time because I've worn this one this winter and it's simply amazing. Very long lasting, first and foremost. Really great projection, and the sillage is simply amazing. And it attracts a lot of compliments whenever I wear this fragrance. It's my favorite from the house, therefore I really, really like to wear this one. And I do see this one best worn in spring and fall. Next one up, of course, the famous, the classic, the most renowned fragrance from the house of Mancera, Cedrat Bois. I don't know if there is anything else that I need to add about this fragrance. It's fruity. I love how it smells. Performance-wise, is good. Not the greatest. It doesn't compare to Gold Intensity Oud or other fragrances from the house of Mancera, but still, it does perform really great, and it smells simply amazing. Fresh, fruity, elegant, masculine, clean, very nice scent. And also, this one brings the most unsolicited compliments to me whenever I wear it. Mancera Cedrat Bois. Great, great fragrance for springtime, especially for warmer days. Let's go to its sister house, to the house of Montal. And from the house of Montal, I have two fragrances. This one, it's very sensual, it's very romantic, it's very elegant, it's very comfortable, and it has some very interesting notes inside. You have lavender, you have patchouli, you have rose, agarwood, cardamom, vetiver, amber. This is a warmer scent. Arabians from Montal. A very, very seductive fragrance. This is a type of fragrance that I highly recommend for romantic dates if you want. When you go out with your loved one, it's simply beautiful. It's simply smelling very sexy. Arabians, a very long lasting fragrance, good projection, not great, good, but amazing longevity and sillage from this one. And the next one, this is a fragrance that's, let's say, not everyone's cup of tea, but if you love lavender and if you want to smell natural lavender, just like you are sitting in a lavender field, this is Oud lavender. The most natural lavender note I ever smelled in a fragrance throughout my life, and also combined with some very beautiful agarwood note. It's a bit more mature, it's a bit more, let's say, sophisticated, but it smells great. It's herbal, it's flowery, it's also earthy and woody because you have that wood note inside. But the lavender note is the main accord in this fragrance and it smells identical to the natural note. If you have lavender in your house, dried lavender, or if you have essential oil made out of lavender, put them side by side with this fragrance and tell me what's the difference. None. Very good performance, good projection, and also sillage. Again, one of my favorites from the house of Montal. Let's go to the next one and let's move to a different house. This time around, if you love benzoin, this is a very good choice. It's simply amazing. From the house of Le Couvent des Minimes comes Fort Royal. Amazing creation. Very long lasting, very good projection, very good sillage, and the scent itself is simply amazing. You have red berries, you also have benzoin inside, and this combination simply gives you a fruity, boozy, vanillic type of feeling, which is something to die for. Simply amazing how great this fragrance smells from the house of Le Couvent des Minimes. Also, this is a house that uses a lot of raw materials and they don't use any animalic, let's say, materials in their composition. They are a vegan house, if you want. Jean-Claude Elena, if I'm not mistaken, is the head creator of the house. So yeah, Le Couvent de Minim, or Le Couvent Maison de Parfum, as they are rebranded now. Fort Royal, if you love this type of fragrances, based especially on benzoin. Let's go to the house of 24 Cent Story, and this is a fragrance that I re-added to my collection after looking for it for 3 years. This is 24 Go Dark, a flanker to the original 24 Gold, but this one has a different composition. You have some fruity notes, you have some woody notes, you have apple, for example, you have bergamot, and it simply smells amazing, especially in the opening. Very good performance also, longevity, projection is moderate, sillage is okay, it's great, but it simply smells delicious. It smells great, and it feels at home in spring days, especially those days with moderate temperatures, due to the composition, due to how the notes inside are chosen. Very nice fragrance. I recently purchased it back because 3 years ago I gifted it. So again, I started looking for it. 3 years passed, and finally I managed to re-add it to my collection. Next one up is a very unique scent. It's a very interesting scent, especially if you love spicy aromatic fragrances. This is from the house of Martin Micallef, and it's called Aqua. Amazing fragrance, to say the least. Monster type of fragrance, first and foremost. Longevity, projection, and sillage. Very interesting composition because you have fig leaves, you have cocoa, you also have orange flowers, bergamot, you have amber, vanilla, musk, patchouli, vetiver, but you also have a secret ingredient, which basically is a root from a plant that grows only on the African continent. It's an undisclosed ingredient in the composition by the house of Micallef, but it simply smells amazing. This is best suited for cooler days in spring. And also, I strongly advise you to be very careful how many sprays you apply on your skin or on your clothes, because this is very, very powerful. This is nuclear stuff, if you want. But the scent profile is unique. And if you love unique things, if you love unique scents, if you don't want to smell like everyone else, if you want to have something that's defining you, and especially if you love spicy, aromatic, let's say gourmand fragrances, this is the one that you are looking for. Aqua from the house of Martin Micallef. Let's go to the next one, and the next one is actually the next house, and this is one of my favorite houses all time. It's Acqua di Parma, of course, and the fragrance is Mandorlo di Sicilia from the Blue Mediterraneo lineup. This has to be my favorite almond fragrance all time. I love Guerlain fragrances. I love how they interpret almond also, but this one, it's simply next level, especially because it's combined really great with the citruses in the opening. This is green almond in Mandorlo di Sicilia, but another thing that I really like about this fragrance is the performance. This is monster. It's a monster on my skin. Easily, with no stress, I get 24 hours of longevity. I've seen a lot of people complaining about the performance of Aqua di Parma fragrances and whatnot. Well, sorry, I'm not one of those. I actually enjoy wearing Aqua di Parma, mainly because they smell really great, really natural, and also they have really good performance on me. And this one is no exception. This is the best out of all the Aqua di Parma fragrances that I have. Very good for spring, especially for cooler and also moderate temperatures. I wouldn't wear this one in warmer days or hotter days, especially at the end of spring, mainly because it's very, very strong. And it also is a very gourmand type of fragrance. Therefore, it performs like a gourmand fragrance, but still one of the best, one of the greatest, Mandorlo di Sicilia. Next one up, of course, a gentleman's fragrance, and this is from the Colonia lineup. Simply amazing creation. It's a flanker to the original that came to the market in 1916. This is Colonia Intensa. I love this one because it takes the Colonia, the vintage Colonia DNA, and adds up leather inside. A very well made, well done leather note, and smells simply amazing. This is best suited for moderate to high temperatures, especially the end of spring, or especially in sunny, warmer days. But also you can wear this one without any trouble in summertime, also in fall. But to me, because it's very refreshing, it's best suited for spring. You must have this one in your collection if you are a really, truly gentleman. And the last one, still from the house of Aqua di Parma, it's a really great and green fragrance at the same time. And this basically embodies the color of this season because it's green. And it's Acqua di Parma Colonia Club. Green fragrance, green bottle, green juice, green notes in the composition. You also have a very natural and beautiful leafy mint note inside. Therefore, it's very energizing, but still it manages to be elegant, it manages to be sophisticated, and it manages to be also versatile depending on when and how you want to wear this one. Performance wise, again, no issues, not with this one, not with Colonia Intensa or any other Acqua di Parma fragrance in my collection. Very good performing, great projection and sillage, garners compliments. Therefore, this is a really good choice for spring. These are my 15 picks from my collection in terms of niche fragrances that I wear and niche fragrances that I can also recommend to you for spring 2021. I've chosen the ones that I really feel they matter in this scenario. Therefore, every single one gets a recommendation for me. If you have them in your collection, good for you. If you don't, I highly recommend you to test them out first, to try them out on your skin, buy samples, decants, or whatever. And only afterwards, if you like them, if you love how they smell, how they perform on your own skin, go ahead and purchase a full bottle.